And welcome back. Dr. Drew McPhail is here with information on chemo-induced neuropathy. First, tell us, up in the Somerville area, right off of Old Trolley Road, and your office is there, just been doing an outstanding business. But what your differentiation with your office, not just chiropractic, but so much more that's involved, that has a tendency to go into elbow pain, shoulder pain, lower back pain, knee pain, and you take care of that. Tell us first off, though, what is going on with the chemo-induced neuropathy? I've never heard about that.
Okay, well, chemo-induced neuropathy, as we've been talking about, is Cancer Awareness Month, and one thing that a lot of these patients undergo is when they're going through chemotherapy, okay, they develop neuropathy. Now, what neuropathy is, it's basically a condition of the nerves, primarily in the periphery. You'll find in the hands and fingers or down in the toes and feet. And what happens is the nerves begin to die off, and it can be very painful for the patients. And it causes balance issues, keeps them up at night, and just they're having to go through cancer treatment already, and then there's just more things that they have to go through.
More discomfort, more pain.
A lot of things that people just don't know that they're going through.
And how do you address that as being not just a chiropractor, but a gentleman that looks at a doctor that looks at so much more than just chiropractic?
Well, what actually happens with the chemo-induced neuropathy is there's over 100 different types of chemotherapy drugs that are used. They use either one or multiple types, and they are very toxic.
As they call cocktails.
Right, yes. and it is toxic to the body, and it has to be to help kill off these cancer cells. But unfortunately, what it'll do is it starts to kill off the nerves, and it affects the capillaries, which are the microscopic vessels which supply oxygen and nutrients to the nerves. And when the nerves don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need, they begin to die off, and that's when you start getting the numbness, the tingling, or the burning sensations, or even the shooting pain. Now, one of the other silent killers when it comes to this chemo-induced neuropathy is the falls. Okay, these patients are weak already because they're going through a whole lot. Well, then they develop the balance issues where they can't feel their feet and they find themselves stumbling along, doing the guarded gait where they're looking for something to hold on to as they walk along. Next thing you know, you trip and fall, and bad things happen, break a hip, break your back, and then you get just compounded morbidities there.
And what do you do in your office to help this out?
Well, with this, we can, there's several different things we use. One of the things we use is a broad spectrum, low level laser. And what this does is this helps to stimulate nitric oxide production in the capillaries.
Is that the same as the cold laser?
It's a similar type. It's a lower level laser. It's not the high energy cold laser, but which we also can use that. But what it does is it helps the capillaries become larger in diameter so that they can get more oxygen and nutrients to those nerves so that they can heal, so they can get better. It also helps to eliminate the pain and discomfort.
That's one of the things that you and I have talked about over the last several months that I've been up to your office, you've been down here, is allowing oxygen to get into areas that have been blocked off from oxygen.
Yeah, just support that healing response, try to get the inflammation down. Everything that we do in our clinic is designed to regenerate and to help build upon what's there and correct those problems.
With the cold laser, also with the tables that you have there, that allows you to find exactly where you need to go in to make the adjustment or to allow more oxygen to come in between vertebrae. It's very relaxing. A lot of you patients, we've had several patients here, they relaxed on the table for 10, 15, 30 minutes. There's that little bit of pull, just a little bit, that allows that oxygen to go. And a lot of times as they fall asleep, it's so comfortable that allows them, they feel so much better when they get off the table.
They do. Pretty much everything we do in our clinic is very, very comfortable for the patient. We don't hurt our patients. A lot of patients come in, they're already in pain, they're already suffering, so we make it as gentle and as comfortable as possible.
That's right, because they're already in pain. It's your job to get them out of pain.
That's
You've got a seminar coming up tonight.
Yeah, I have one this afternoon at 3 o'clock. We're going to be talking about peripheral neuropathy, chemo-induced neuropathy. Basically going over what the different presentations are, what the common symptoms are, and what some of the common treatments are up to the point, and how we're able to effectively manage it in our clinic.
Dr. Drew McPhail, always a pleasure,
Thank
sir.
you,
He's
Tom.
right up there in Somerville. Much more to come live in a moment on Low Country Live, so stay with us.